Hey guys, Derek here with IOP. The turkey season's fast approaching. Youth season actually opens up this coming weekend, so I hope there's going to be a lot of youth out in the field. This year, they're only giving the youth uh, that first weekend or that one weekend. Um, Obviously, for those of you that know, and maybe there's some of you that don't know, the youth do get to continue to um, turkey hunt, in order to try to fill that tag. But the youth only season is only for this weekend, and I believe Darren will have his boys out. So I don't know whether I'll be filming them or Brian will be tagging along or what's going on, but we're hoping to have some action to show you guys next week from the youth season as well. But I'm just once again sitting in my hunting room. I kind of got my turkey gear laid around here. Just kind of give you guys a kind of a peek at what I carry in um, to the timber each time, or into the field each time I head out turkey hunting. I'll start with decoys just because they're right here in front of me. I usually bring 3 decoys with me, but most of the time I'm usually only setting a couple of them out. My favorite one, and I just started hunting with this last year and had great success with it, is the Avian X. I don't know if they call this the submissive strutter or submissive Jake or whatever their actual name is, but it's a Jake decoy that's half strut, and it really throws toms for a loop. It's been really good to me last year, and I know Brian had really good luck with his as well. Along with that same package that I bought was this breeder hen. Obviously these are flat, but no stake involved in this one. It just sits down on the ground, and then you set that Jake up somewhere close by as if he was going to breed that hen. And like I said, it pisses the toms off. I also bring up this old, I call her Nasty because that's what she is. I don't know what era this decoy's from, but I've had it since I was 10. And I have another decoy, another hen decoy is the same brand. I think this is a Delta brand. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Not like this. I guess it does have a date on it, 2004. So it's aged quite a bit. No paint on the head anymore, but it still works. I broke the stakes, and I got kind of sick of carrying the stakes around. And I got an arrow saw quite a while ago, and I just made my own stakes for it out of an old busted up arrow that I got. But that works great, and all 3 of these pack up really well with the gear that I carry into the field each time. Another thing that I bring, obviously, because I mostly bow hunt, I bring a nice chair. This is an expensive chair. I don't know, I probably spent 24 to 25 bucks on this chair, maybe even cheaper. Half the time it falls apart, but it packs up real nice. Works real well, comfortable enough for turkey I'm out of, and tall enough to shoot out of. I also have this one that about the same price range, is a little smaller. With my setup, I can pack 2 chairs, my decoys, my tripod that holds my camera, and my blind and my fanny pack. Another thing, I'll dive into the pack that I carry and what's all on it. I use a Kelty. I don't even remember what the name is, but it's the game hauler. It's got a shelf on it that my blind can sit on, and you guys all know what blinds look like, but mine's a double bowl blind. I like the 180 view in front of me and the adjustability on the windows. And I know a lot of blinds on the market have come out with similar engineering and similar technique on their windows, so there's a lot of blinds out there to choose from. I hold all of it together with a old field line fanny pack that I got. It holds all my calls. As for calls, I've made calls in the past. I have a couple old slate calls that I carry with me. My favorite is mouth call. I don't really know what I'm going to use this year. I might make a mouth call right before the season, or I might pick up a couple. I got a couple good friends that actually make slate calls and mouth calls, and they sound 100 times better than mine do. Obviously, mine have worked in the past, and I'm not afraid to use them. But I like supporting friends and other hunters in the industry as well. So might be doing that. Not sure yet. Um, anyway, I have my tripod on my blind or with my pack as well. I carry this with me. All it is a 1/4x20 all thread with a washer on the bottom, so I can stick it in and stick a second angle camera on there as well. So you guys will see some of that in the videos from this season as well. Inside the blind, I picked up these. I don't even know what the brand of it is. I took the tags off it a while ago. Maybe it's Old Mill, not the beer. You don't want the tags on it. Yeah, just a 1/4 zip, all black. And then I have a jacket that is a little heavier that I wear on the colder mornings and the colder afternoons. But for my bow, I'll be shooting the Expedition Denali this year. That's what I shot both my turkeys with last year. And I shoot fixed blades during deer season. This year I did anyway. And I had in the past, and I feel more comfortable with the fixed blades during deer. But with turkey season, I recommend, and I've shot quite a few turkeys with a mechanical broadhead, and I've shot a couple with fixed broadheads, and it just seems like the fixed broadheads on a turkey don't have the knockdown power and don't make that hole that I think a turkey needs. They're a tough bird. You wouldn't think they're that strong, but I've seen a few take a whack and get up and run, without hardly any damage to them at all, and a fairly sharp broadhead. So surprised me anyway, and it's happened to me. But I'm not sure what I'm shooting for broadheads this year. I have 4 or 5 different kinds. I have Grim Reaper, I have some Dead Ringers, I have some True Glow ones that they came out with that they all fly well. So one of them or all of them will be in my quiver this year. The nice thing about that is I obviously shoot my broadheads to see how they fly before I walk out to the field. But when I bought this bow, I bought it from a good friend who runs Precision Tune Archery. And if you guys want to tune your guys' bow to the absolute best of its abilities, you should talk to Daryl for sure, because he has both these bows set up real nice. And I'm planning on getting a new string for the one I hunt with or deer hunt with. So we might be going through that process, if not sooner, with one of his newer bows he brings into the shop. So off of the bow, I bought this, just a cheap Trophy Ridge stabilizer, and it comes with the wrist sling holder. And I don't know how well this camera is going to show this, but what I did, and obviously you see my sling-a-ling bow sling on there as well. I got the Hawkeye Black and Gold. Go Hawks. They're playing tonight against Baylor, and I haven't watched anything all season, but it doesn't sound like they're doing very good via Facebook anyway. But what I did is I once again took some of my garbage arrows and inserted both sides of them. So I got field points on the one side, and I got the inserts on the other side. And I can't remember off the top of my head what the actual thread size is this, but I just went to the hardware store, took their Trophy Ridge's mounting bracket for their wrist sling, and put some Loctite and put some nuts on there after I had the longer bolts threaded through there, and just makes my bow holder for inside the blind. I can shoot with it on. They're carbon, so they don't make any twinging or anything like that. No more noise than what I make myself when I'm moving around in the blind. They pack up real nice. The only downside to this is you got to take them off to transform in a case or anything like that. So forgetting them is easy. But there may be something coming out in the future that solves all this problem and all this homemaking that I'm doing, or homemade stuff that I build. But I like tweaking around and playing with that regardless. Yes, I do have my quiver on upside down, and that is actually how I bow hunt with it during turkey season. On this bow, I have it set for that because I turkey hunt and shoot 3Ds with this bow, and I don't have my quiver on when I'm shooting 3D tournaments at all. So I have it like this so I can actually set my bow inside the blind and not have to worry about my quiver touching. And my sights on my bow is HHA. My rest is a ripcord, which are, I'll say, higher end equipment. But one thing I don't really dive into that much on the high end adjustability stuff is my quiver, because it's never on my bow when I'm actually hunting with it. So something easy to take off and get out of my way. I'm fine with any kind of quiver for that. This might be a, I don't even know what they call it. It's probably like a $19 to $20 quiver online. Other than that, I don't really have much more to show. Black face masks. That's pretty much it. Like I said, we're really hoping that Darren's boys have great success this weekend, if not more into the season, and I'm excited to help those guys get the boys a turkey. I know that last year Darren put himself and the kids through the ringer trying to get the boys a turkey, and Darren really didn't get much time, but I'm hoping that changes and we can get all of them guys a bird and have great footage to show you guys. So we're going to call it quits for the video this week, and kind of keep it short, and go into next week hoping to show you guys a bird or two that is flopping around the ground.